Welcome aboard the Southeastern Railway service to Portsmouth Harbour, calling at Woking, Guildford, Godalming, Haslemere, Petersfield, Havant, Fratton, Portsmouth and Southsea, and Portsmouth Harbour. The next station is Woking. If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sorted. Please note that Oyster, contactless payment cards and Freedom Passes without a suitable extension are not valid on this service. Closed-circuit television and video recording are in use on this train. You must have a valid ticket to travel on this train. Customers without a valid ticket may be issued with a minimum penalty fare of £100 or face prosecution.
This train will be coming on Woking, Guildford, Godalming, Haslemere, Petersfield, Havant, Fratton, Portsmouth Southsea, and our final destination, Portsmouth Harbour. Our arrival at Portsmouth Harbour is at 9:36. There is safety information displayed in each coach, and keep all items with you. If you see anything suspicious, please contact the guard or another member of staff. As we will do the traffic of the coach, please ask you to leave me out. At the moment, ladies and gentlemen, we feel to the rear of this 9-coach train. Please note this is a 9-coach train, so all short platforms, any passengers wishing to the service of Fratton, please feel from the 7 coaches of this 9-coach train. Next station stop of the service is Woking.
Stations that are passing through are managed by Southeastern Railway. Well, Waterloo, Clapham Junction and Guildford are network rail managed, but have Southeastern Railway version of Anne and Roger. All of these stations managed by Southeastern Railway have Anne and or Roger announcements. Vauxhall platforms 5 and 6 are fast lines, only fast train announcements play on those platforms. Clapham Junction, there are no announcements on platforms 1, 2 and 17. But all other platforms have Anne and Roger. And this link over here was used by Eurostar services arriving into and departing from Waterloo until 2007 when they transferred to St Pancras. Nice that there's plenty of seats available on board this service today, especially with it being a 444 and 450 combo, and we're overtaking a 455 that is going to Strawberry Hill via Richmond. Over there is one of Southern's rubbish driver only operated trains. And a 458. 458s are now common on the Shepperton branch, as most, if not all, of the 707s have gone or are going to Southeastern. Shepperton will also have the occasional 450, but is now a mixture of 458s and 455s as a result of the 707s transferring to Southeastern, way before the 701's introduction into service, passenger service. So that they'll likely enter service on the Reading or Windsor branches first. That was a class 159, 158. Eleanor Hamilton is now on the 158s, 159s. I wonder if the 484s still have Celia Drummond, or if they've replaced Celia with Eleanor Hamilton. Now approaching Clapham Junction. What, platform 1 seems to be very busy. Clapham Junction, always busy. City meme! And some 701s that are going nowhere. Field with a 455. That's going to Waterloo. Goodbye, Earlsfield. Lone Hasbury Wimbledon, which has a mixture of Eleanor Hamilton platforms 1 to 4 on the District line. Hello, 455. Anne and Roger, a mix of Anne and Roger on platforms 5, 6, 7, 8 South Western Railway, and platform 9 for Thameslink. Meanwhile, Tramlink platforms 10A and 10B have no announcements whatsoever. Looks like we're overtaking a lot of 455s. And we're racing one of the S stock trains. Goodbye, District Line S stock. And we're passing through Wimbledon now. Another 455. Might do the Shepperton branch again, but on a 455. Rather than one of those 707s that are now with Southeastern. Unlike the 455s, the 450s, 458s and 707s all have selective door operation for stations with short platforms. Same with the 444s, 159s and 158s. Good thing that this route is also in train simulator. Portsmouth direct from Waterloo to Portsmouth Harbour via Guildford. The original Portsmouth direct line from Woking to Portsmouth via Guildford is not as good as the one that was released in City Meme! Another 455. Apparently the 701s have a Celia new version that were recorded before she passed away. New Malden is where the trains to Shepperton and Strawberry Hill leave the South Western Main Line. Another 458. It's definitely not unusual seeing 458s via Wimbledon, especially with the 707s going to Southeastern. But the 458s will be refurbished, or are being refurbished. It is unknown if the 458s will keep Celia Drummond or if they'll switch to Ellen or Hamilton. Berrylands. The only downside to the 458s is that they only have guard panels in the cab and not anywhere within the saloon, unlike the 444s, 450s, 455s and 707s. I hope the 701s have guards on board to operate the doors. Maybe they'll have driver operations, whether it's driver controlled more likely, can't be driver only. Surbiton, once again, lots of people waiting for the next Waterloo bound service. This is the last station stop where Oyster and contactless are accepted, with the exception of Thames Ditton and Hampton Court. 158s, 159s do indeed have Ellen or Hamilton. I think the new... looks like one of the 450s there has graffiti, which should be cleaned within the next couple of days. The new announcements on 158s and 159s are alright, as I'm used to hearing Eleanor on the Northern line, specifically for the Battersea extension recordings. And also at London Underground stations. Alton on Thames. Thankfully the ticket was able to let me through the barriers at Waterloo. Had it not worked, then I would have gotten a member of staff to let me through, or go behind someone who was going onto the platforms, which I had to do last time back in June with 455 to Dorking. Either that or touch in with contactless and get a maximum fare. Looks like we're slowing down in the Weybridge area for some reason. Over there is a 458 waiting to return to Waterloo via Staines and Hounslow. The 450s are definitely better than 458s, as the 450s have more guard panels, whereas the 458 only has them in the middle of the train and in the cab. The next station is Woking. Change here for Aldershot, Alton, Basingstoke, Salisbury, Exeter, Southampton, Bournemouth, Poole, Weymouth and a coach link to Heathrow Airport. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge.
Welcome aboard the Southwestern Railway service to London Waterloo.
Nice. Looks like the driver set the destination correctly.
Calling at Parkstone, Branksome, Bournemouth, Brockenhurst, Totton, Southampton Central, Southampton Airport, Parkway, Winchester, Basingstoke and London Waterloo. The next station is Parkstone.
Looks like drivers should set the destination correctly. Because we're nowhere near Parkstone.
The next station is Woking. Change here for Basingstoke, Southampton Central, Bournemouth, Weymouth and Exeter.
Finally! Took you 25 minutes.
Welcome aboard the Southwestern Railway service to Portsmouth Harbour. Calling at Woking, Guildford, Godalming, Haslemere, Petersfield, Havant, Fratton, Portsmouth and Southsea and Portsmouth Harbour.
Woking, the station stop.
The next station is Woking. Both circuit television and video recording are in use on this train.
You must hold a valid ticket to travel on this train. Customers without a valid ticket may be issued with a minimum penalty fare of £100 or face prosecution.
Nice hearing Eleanor Hamilton as well on the 444s. This is Woking. This train is for Portsmouth Harbour. The next station is Guildford. That was the delayed 3 Lima 26 from Waterloo to Basingstoke, empty coaching stock.
Welcome aboard the Southeastern Railway service to Portsmouth Harbour. Calling at Woking, Guildford, Godalming, Haslemere, Petersfield, Havant, Fratton, Portsmouth Southsea and Portsmouth Harbour.
We just called that Woking, didn't we? There goes another 455.
Next station is Woking.
Guildford, you mean?
If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to a member of staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. Real sorted. See it, say it, sorted.
Nothing about Oyster contactless payment or freedom passes without suitable extension not being valid on this service.
Please note, Oyster, contactless payment cards and freedom passes without a suitable extension are not valid on this service.
At Guildford, you can change for Great Western Railway services on the North Downs line to Reading, Redhill and Gatwick Airport, and also South Western Railway services to Effingham Junction, Cobham-Stoke, Dagenham and Epsom via the new Guildford line, and to Aldershot and Farnham. Also for services calling at Farncombe, Milford, Surrey, Whitley, Liphook, Liss and Rowlands Castle. I say Milford, Surrey, not to be confused with Milford Haven in Wales. Still plenty of seats in this carriage. The next station is Guildford. Change here for Effingham Junction, Cobham-Stoke, Dagenham, Epsom Aldershot, Reading, Redhill and Gatwick Airport. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge.
The next station is Guildford. Change here for Redhill, London, Gatwick Airport, Reading, Epsom and Ascot via Aldershot and Camberley. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge.
Good thing they're working properly this time. Here at Guildford, platforms 6 and 7 share the same track, but all doors open on platform 6.
Guildford. This train is for Portsmouth Harbour. The next station is Godalming.
Looks like platforms have been split into A and B. At some stations in England where trains can occupy 2 platforms, calling out is replaced by travel in the front, number of coaches, then, or please travel in the front train only, or at Edinburgh and Glasgow Central and
If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to a member of staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We're sorted. See it, say it, sorted.
at Edinburgh and also Glasgow Central and Queen Street. Sometimes it says the rear of platform 6, for example.
Operator controls on uniform and plain clothes for the protection team. If you do not hold a valid ticket for this train, you may be issued with a minimum penalty fare of £100 or face prosecution.
So it's the rear of platform 6, for example, or the front of platform 14. First time ever on the Portsmouth Direct Line after driving in train sim. Seats are actually very comfortable. As good as those on the 185s and 380s. .360s, 350/2s and 450s not as much, unless it's in the declassified first class area or behind the driving cab where you can hear the guard buzzer. checks do happen at any time, whether it's during, before, or at the end of your journey. I mean, if it's at the start of your journey, during your journey, or at the end of your journey. The only short platform journey today to Portsmouth is at Fratton, where only the doors in the front 7 or 8 carriages will open. From driving this route in trains, and the other short platforms are at Clapham Junction. Platform 7 can accommodate the front 9, platform 8, front 8 carriages. There's also...
The next station is Godalming. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge.
Branksome, travel in the front 8 carriages if it's a 444, front 9 carriages if it's a 450. If it's a class 444 and 450 combo, then the doors in the last carriage will not open at Branksome on trains towards Waterloo. Short platforms on Portsmouth Direct. If you're driving a class 444, Clapham Junction, travel in the front 8 carriages if it's going towards Waterloo only. Travel in the front 8 carriages for Branksome, northbound only. Also at Fratton.
This is Godalming. This train is for Portsmouth Harbour. The next station is Haslemere.
So travel in the front 6 carriages for Rowlands Castle and Hilsea. Travel in the front 7 carriages for Milford, Liphook, Liss and Bedhampton. Class 450. Travel in the front 9 carriages for Clapham Junction and Branksome towards Waterloo only. Travel in the front 11 carriages for Surbiton, Webblesden and Petersfield. Front 8 carriages for Milford, Liphook, Liss and Bedhampton. Front 6 carriages for Rowlands Castle. Class 444 and 450 combo. Travel in the front 8 carriages for Clapham Junction and Branksome for trains towards Waterloo. Also front 8 carriages
All trains are controlled by uniform and plainclothes revenue protection team. If you do not hold a valid ticket for this train, you may be issued with a minimum penalty fare of £100 or face prosecution.
Fratton, travel in the front 8 carriages if it's a 444 and 450 combo. Travel in front 7 carriages for Milford, Liphook, Liss, Bedhampton and Hilsea. Front 6 carriages for Rowlands Castle. on the journey back to London, I'll definitely sit in the quiet zone just to see if it's actually quiet. I think the guard may have seen my ticket already on the platform at Waterloo, but he'll check it again just in case.
Lovely, and your rail card for it, please. Thank you. Awesome, thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's great, thank you. Morning. Lovely. Lovely, thank you.
I do wonder if the ticket gates at Southsea will eat my ticket. Just in case, I'll have to ask some members of staff to let me through, if possible. If travelling between the mainland and the Isle of Wight, then hovercraft is definitely the cheapest and quickest option. It only takes 10 minutes between Southsea and Ryde Esplanade. There's also a bus link between Portsmouth and Southsea and Southsea Hoverport, which takes as long as it takes. The ferry just takes about 40 minutes between Portsmouth Harbour and Ryde Pier Head. I believe that only these train operating companies sell first class upgrades on board: Avanti, Cross Country, Great Western Railway on the intercity routes to and from Paddington, and possibly Cardiff to Penzance as well. Hull Trains, Grand Cancel, LNER, ScotRail, TransPennine Express and Transport for Wales, but only for services that do have first class. If it's a service that does not have first class, then it's rather pointless. Greater Anglia may do first class upgrades, but only on the London, Liverpool Street, Norwich services, and East Midlands Railway on the intercity services between St Pancras International and Sheffield, and between St Pancras International and Nottingham. maybe there's a train in front of us. That's 450 101 450 066 with 2 Papa 15 from Waterloo to Portsmouth Southsea, currently arriving into Haslemere. Good thing that this is the faster train. Will depart Haslemere at 8:54 and that train in front of us will depart at 8:57. So we'll effectively overtake it at Haslemere. Strange that the 450 is at the Portsmouth end rather than the London end. Normally if it's a 444 and 450 combo, then the 444 is at the not London end, 450 is normally at the London end, the 444 on the other end. But it is what it is, I suppose. Won't be long till we're in Haslemere.
The next station is Haslemere.
I do have a bit of a cough, but if I'm well enough to go to the doctors, then I'm well enough to travel. There's 450 066.
This is Haslemere. This train is for Portsmouth Harbour. The next station is Petersfield.
450 066 has the Devil's Carriage 63666. Goodbye Haslemere, goodbye 450 066 with 450 101, see you in Portsmouth. That is if I get to the Isle of Wight before 450 101, 450 066 get to Portsmouth. Railway definitely the best choice of travel between London and Portsmouth. Better than Southern with their awful driver-only trains. And getting rid of all of the 455s and 313s with no proper replacement. Because of the 455 withdrawal, they stopped serving Milton Keynes, only allowed to go as far as Watford Junction, with 2 trains per day continuing to Hemel Hempstead. It's nice seeing blue 450s and white 444s, but not for long because they're going to be repainted into the Southwestern Railway colours. For some reason the guard said leave from the front 7 carriages at Fratton, but in train sim it's the front 8 carriages, regardless of whether it's a 444, 450 or a 444 and 450 combo. Sadly, the Isle of Wight steam railway is not open today, so Smallbrook Junction will not be open either. That's Lip Hook. I do wonder how long until Eleanor Hamilton is introduced on 444s, 450s, 455s, and maybe the 484s. But for calling points, destination, but for main announcements though, calling points, destinations, next station, and the 61016 message. The 1938 stock trains that used to be on the Isle of Wight only had announcements from the Guard. Which is why I'm going back to the Isle of Wight today. For the first time since 2018. Also to see if the 484s are better than the 230s with transport for Wales. If passenger safety is top priority, then why are the ticket offices closing? Want a Save Ticket Officers badge? Email saveourticketofficers@rmt.org.uk and you'll get one for free. All you need to do is email your name and address to saveourticketofficers@rmt.org.uk. And also how many badges you want. Like, if you want more than one, for example, just say you want that number of ticket badge, Save Ticket Officers badges. Thankfully that petition's got over 100,000 signatures.
The next station is Petersfield. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge.
But Parliament have still not responded. Have not considered it for a debate. Train stops in zones 1 to 10.
This is Petersfield. This train is for Portsmouth Harbour. The next station is Havant.
We should be on our next stop, Havant, in approximately 15 minutes.
Something that doesn't look right, speak to a member of staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sort it.
Our trains are controlled by uniformed and plainclothes revenue protection teams. If you do not hold a valid ticket for this train, you may be issued with a minimum penalty fare of £100 or face prosecution.
I should definitely go in the quiet zone on the journey back. I'll definitely get on at Portsmouth Harbour, as I'm more likely to get a seat if I get on there. Especially in the quiet zone. Which is next to first class. Anyone sitting in first class area must vacate, not with a first class ticket, must vacate the seat or be prepared to purchase a first class ticket. or a penalty fare of £100. Good thing that Southeastern stopped doing first class in January. I really hope that Thameslink, Southern, Gatwick Express and Great Northern do the same. Because on Thameslink only the rear first class carriage is declassified. So at the very back of the train. Some people do sit at the front. Especially if the trainer is busy. And we're slowing down because of the tunnel straight ahead. Good thing that the 444s have tables unlike the 450s, where the 450s only have them in the first class areas. They are unfortunately not declassified on this route. Also not declassified on the Weymouth route. So Waterloo to Bournemouth, Poole and Weymouth. As far as I know, it is declassified on services to Shepperton, Weybridge via Hounslow, Reading, Windsor and Deaton, Riverside and the Hounslow Loop. Can't think of any others, maybe Aldershot to Ascot, Guildford to Farnham. I mean, those are just the routes with 450s. As 455s do not have first class. Neither do the 707s or 458s. It's only declassified if the announcements say, this service is standard class throughout. Hamilton also announces on the West Midlands Metro, not just the Underground in London. They appear to be stuck at red signal and should be on the move shortly. Or maybe there are trespassers on the line. So no signal in this area whatsoever. Hoping we'll be on the move. Finally, we're on the move again. Wonder what happened. Maybe there is a fault with the signalling system or another train in front of us. Maybe a temporary speed restriction.
Expecting signal problems between here and Havant. This is going to cause delays of between 10 and 15 minutes on our arrival at Portsmouth Harbour. Again, I apologise for delays to this service, ladies and gentlemen. This is due to a signal problem between here and Havant. Shortly after Havant, we should be picking up some time between Havant and Portsmouth stations. Again, I apologise for delaying any inconveniences or caused you on this journey.
So signal failures, not trespassers, thankfully. Don't think I need to do delay repay if I've got any time ticket. Apparently, from the end of the year, contactless will be used, will be valid between Feltham and Reading, and also from Feltham to Windsor and Eton Central, in Windsor and Eton Riverside, as well as the rest of the C2C network beyond Upminster and raised to Shoeburyness. Chiltern Main Line from West Ruislip to High Wycombe. And I think that's it. And yeah, West Coast Main Line to Bletchley from Watford Junction. And also at Kempton Park, Sunbury, Upper Halliford and Shepperton on the Shepperton branch. I do wonder how long this will take. Yes, the guard said 10-15 minutes delay. And we're on the move again for now, at least. Other services are being delayed as well. Still no signal. If I do Southwestern Railway again, I'll try getting into first class, but only with a first class ticket. I mean, that's on a 444 to Weymouth. That's not today. Western Railway and South Western Railway use Anne and Roger at their managed stations. This also includes London Waterloo, Clapham Junction, Guildford, Reading and Bristol Temple Meads, which are actually managed by Network Rail. Reading and Bristol Temple Meads have Great Western Railway version of Anne and Roger, while London Waterloo, Clapham Junction and Guildford have South Western Railway versions of Anne and Roger. The CIS and announcements at the Heathrow stations are controlled and managed by Great Western Railway. The stations are managed by the airport itself. And also does TfL travel information at a couple of Great Western Railway and or South Western Railway stations within the London area. Rowlands Castle, only 10 minutes late, as the guard said. This is your Transport for London travel information. There are park closures on London Overground. There are severe delays on the Bakerloo line. This is your Transport for London travel information. There are severe delays on the Bakerloo line and London Overground. There are minor delays on the Metropolitan line and DLR. There is currently a good service operating on all other lines. For some reason, the 158s and 159s say Castle Carey for Glastonbury, although Glastonbury is only on for 5 days a year. Can't be long until we're in Havant. Be there in 2 minutes, approximately.
Station is Havant. Change here for Chichester and Brighton.
Sad seeing the 313s, sad seeing that 313s are not around anymore. Three 77446 is operating this southern service to London Victoria via Barnum, Horsham, Crawley and Gatwick Airport.
This is Havant. This train is for Portsmouth Harbour. The next station is Fratton.
doors on the front of the 7 coaches of this night coach train will be opened.
Our trains are patrolled by uniformed and plain-clothed revenue protection teams. If you do not hold a valid ticket for this train, you may be issued with a minimum penalty fare of £100 or face prosecution. Doors can open on either side at Fratton. It's more likely to be the right hand side in the direction of travel. It says that we're supposed to be in platform 3, which is definitely the right hand side, not platform 2, the left hand side. As the 455s do not have automatic selective door operation, they have designated stop markers at stations with short platforms, for example Isleworth, and the guard can only operate doors from the middle of the train on 455 with 8 carriages on those routes, which is why you almost never see a 455 on the Hounslow Loop or on services to Windsor and Eton Riverside, Weybridge or Reading via Staines. This is in addition to the lack of toilets available on the 455s. It's nice seeing a 158 to Cardiff Central. just passed through, or passing through Hilsey. A southern service to either Littlehampton or Brighton. There's a southern service to Brighton from Portsmouth and Southsea. So 3 car 377s from the London routes. The metro around London have replaced the 313s.
The next station is Fratton. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge.
Passengers wishing to leave the train at the next station must be in the front 8 carriages of the train. Platform 1, there is a 4 car 450 going to Southampton Central. .450.003.
This is Fratton. This train is for Portsmouth Harbour. The next station is Portsmouth and Southsea.
Looks like lots of people are leaving the train or have left. Bye, Fratton. Our trains are patrolled by uniformed and plain-clothed revenue protection teams. If you do not hold a valid ticket for this train, you may be issued with a minimum penalty fare of £100 or face prosecution.
The next station is Portsmouth and Southsea. Change here for Continental Ferry Port and hovercraft services to the Isle of Wight. Passengers for ferries to Gosport and Ride Isle of Wight remain on this train and change at Portsmouth Harbour.
Still delayed by 10 minutes, but still good. Right here for hovercraft to ride, next station for Isle of Wight and Gosport ferries.
This is Portsmouth and Southsea. This train is for Portsmouth Harbour only.
Coach 5 of 9. And the doors are locked.
Our trains are patrolled by uniformed and plain-clothed revenue protection teams. If you do not hold a valid ticket for this train, you may be issued with a minimum penalty fare of £100 or face prosecution.
This is where you can store bikes. And you do not need a reservation to bring a bike on board this service. Unlike the services through to Salisbury and Exeter, for journey information, download our app or visit us at southeasternrailway.com. Nice that this area near the wheelchair, the accessible toilet, there's a solo seat over there, which is nice if you don't want to sit next to someone for up to 3 hours to Weymouth.
This train is now approaching its final stop. This is Portsmouth Harbour. Change here for ferry services to Ride, Isle of Wight and Gosport. If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to a member of staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sorted. Please remember to take all your personal items with you when you leave the train. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge.
I really hope to keep Celia on these Desiros, 444s and 450s. Also some nice seats over here if you need the extra legroom. I think we're waiting for a platform at Portsmouth Harbour to become available. Doors are definitely going to open on this side. Passenger information. Oyster pay-as-you-go area limit. Oyster and contactless. London trams, Wimbledon, West Croydon, East Croydon. Yeah, sadly Southern don't operate services to Milton Keynes anymore. And this is the quiet zone. So it's best to stay out of there as to avoid disturbing those that are already in there. Nice that the tables align perfectly with the window. Thankfully Southwestern Railway don't do seat reservations on board any of their services. Well, sadly if you do get on later during the journey, then you may not get a seat. Usually depends on the time of day. Haven't been to Portsmouth Harbour since May, during the last days of the Class 313. Long distance network map. Nice how the 455s have their own map. This is Portsmouth Harbour. Now they're cleaning the train. This is Portsmouth Harbour. This train is at its final stop. Please remember to take all your personal items with you when you leave the train. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge. I think that's it for the wonderful journey with Southwestern Railway. It was also nice riding a 444 and 450 combo.